Hi everyone, John Taberham here. As a member of the St James's Heritage and Environment Group, I've developed a great interest in the history of the West End of Newcastle's lost industries. Actually, I could call myself a victim of one of the lost industries, having served an apprenticeship and worked in the shipbuilding yards of the Tyne. This year, producing our Heritage Walks has seen us tramping our way from Benville to Newburn. Along the way, with a bit of off-track wandering, we find what remains of the area's extensive 19th century growth. Today we're in Bell's Close in Lemington, as we delve into the past whilst also finding what's still out there in an area known as the Lemington Gut. And here's an old view of the Gut. In this early 20th century photo, the riverside landscape is dominated by the glassworks, ironworks and a power station. Here's Lemington Glassworks, a business we can trace back to the late 18th century. This engraving provides an expansive and vivid expression of the Tyne Iron Company's steel-making process. The Lemington Gut industries would be fired with coal from the numerous surrounding collieries and pits. The arrival of the Scotswood to Wylam Railway in 1875 would lead to a delivery and distribution step change. Industry growth along the banks of the Tyne had outgrown the old wagonways. The new local railways would provide rapid, reliable access to a network stretching throughout Britain and beyond. And what can we see today of those bygone industries? Let's start with the railways. The trains no longer run, and the tracks now provide a cycle and walkway path known as Hadrian's Way. We're in Lemington, on the track, when we find through the trees our first piece of Lemington Gut history. Just off the main Scotswood to Newburn Road, you can't miss this monument to the past. It's the last remaining glassworks cone, 1.75 million bricks in the making, and now a protected building with a Grade 2 listing. To the left of the cone, in a deserted landscape, we find another protected building. It's the manager's house and office of the old Tyne Iron Company. We cross the busy road and find further evidence of previous ironworks. Behind another old office, we discover evidence of previous iron kiln workings. With an abundance of local clay, the kiln's bricks would be handmade locally. Many of these bricks are identified as being made by William Stevenson and Company of Throckley, one of the many local brickyards. We're back at the riverside to investigate how the name Lemington Gut evolved. Originally, the River Tyne ran alongside Lemington and Bell's Close and all of their quayside industries. In 1880, to aid overall navigation on the Tyne, one end of the Lemington meander would be blocked off, resulting in the tidal backwater that became the Lemington Gut. With the continued visits of shipping to the staiths and quaysides of the Gut, regular dredging would continue until the demise of their traditional industries. In its heyday, there would be thousands of men employed in the Gut. It would be a dirty, smoky, and noisy place to work. A 6-day week putting bread on the table, with a little left over for luxuries. However, the halcyon days would not last. The steel company did not make it into the 20th century, closing in 1886 after being taken over by Spencer's of Newburn. The glassworks would limp along until 1997, saved by 2 world wars. Even the power station and railway are no longer with us. The power station closing in 1919, and the railway shifting coal until the 1960s. Here's one of the old quaysides of the Gut today. The view is taken from an overgrown Bell's Close, where we note a much diminished, undredged river. From our vantage point, we scroll up to the Colne and the old quaysides of Lemington, in a setting we can only describe as tranquil. We conclude our Lemington Gut visit against the backdrop of the iconic Glassworks Colne. We leave paying tribute to the visionaries who brought the industries to the area, and also to the thousands of workers whose skills, fortitude and hard work made it all possible.